Ravinaji. Okay. Very good. So you got new members now to be a little careful. I cannot be very hard, to be very soft. There are two ladies there now. So very nice seeing each other. Both of you are encouraging each other, which is very good. Very good. That's what we want. Encouraging each other. Yeah. Okay. Um, I have realized is that um, I was wanting to say this in my next class, but I think it is important to share it even now. That I believe in devotional service, just like in anything material or anything in life. If somebody is very focused individual, they know what they want to achieve. You know, they're always successful. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam talks about all this as a focus point. Including a great devotees who were the kings of the universe, kings of the earth, king of a kingdom. But they knew that after the age of 50, they have to leave it and be focused upon bhakti of Krishna. So their whole life they were practicing this, meticulously. But it would be very important that after this certain age, one should spend a little more time. And I fear, I very much fear this that as time would progress, the amount of earning money is going to be very difficult for people to, you know, keep that age of 50. So prayers to Krishna, requesting Krishna intensely is very important. If you do not do this, it will be very hard. It will be very, very hard. And prayers work. They work. So right from your early age, you must make sure that we retire every day a little bit. We have said this to our leaders group when they were earlier. To many of you, you're not informed. So it's a repeated instruction which Maharaj had given me, that we have to retire early. But once what happened was that we were with Maharaj, and I had a little bit of time with were alone. For some reason, what should I say? Um, Now we are talking about Maharaj, Gurudev, all these things. But when Maharaj were present, because Maharaj would give Bhagavatam class every day in the morning at 7 o'clock, devotees would minimize this, not appreciate it. Oh, he is there always. Oh. And I remember those times when I was nobody there actually. And once after the program, around that time, one of the secretaries told me that he has to go to some work. He gave me some a box, of some snacks for Maharaj, some mamraj. So just in case Maharaj requires something to eat, give this and be with her. So Maharaj knew I was coming from New Zealand and all that. And I was alone, and we were sitting together. Maharaj was telling me, instructing me, and I was down, at the lotus feet. And then, um, of all these thoughts that are coming to me, that how come where nobody is there, such a great personality. At that time, I informed Maharaj, I have a plan. This is what I actually said. Maharaj, I have a plan. Maharaj said, oh, is it? I said, yes, Maharaj. Maharaj, I have a plan that at the age of 45, I must retire. So Maharaj said, very good plan. I must retire at 45. And I said, yes, I'm working towards this, Maharaj. Please bless me. I said, yes, all blessings. All this Maharaj said. And in the evening again, we were there for a long time with Maharaj. I spoke a lot of things. Maharaj informed me a lot of things. And in the evening, we were sitting all, by the time many devotees had come from overseas, around India, the Vyas Puja of Maharaj. So as we're sitting there, Maharaj said, this our Ambarish. I said, Ambarish has a plan. I said, I'm finished. I've done something wrong here. I said, yeah, he has a plan. He has a plan of retiring at the age of 45. He's not realizing we should retire every day with Bhagavad, not just 45. You And I remember it distinctly. I'll never forget this point. Every day. So you all are very young. Many of you are very, very young. So please retire with Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, whatever book you can every day. Invest that time and be with Krishna. I just thought I'd share this one pastime with Maharaj. And retirement should be every day, not once like retirement. So bhakti, as we discussed last week, is an everyday process. It's not one time you join an organization so you are saved. No, you have to save yourself every day. Yeah? Okay. So this is very important. And somebody said this, one of you, I think it was Suchi Mataji asked that she was surprised to see that. Oh, so that means its onus is upon us. I said, yes, onus is upon us. Remember your question of last week, Mother? Yes. Onus is not upon anybody else. Everybody else can show you the way, but ultimately we have to flap the wings alone. See, we take decisions every day, right? We take decisions. Oh, I like this. I'll follow this. I don't like that. I'll not follow this. Oh, I do not know. It's repeating same thing again and again. I'll switch off. I'll switch on. Every decisions we are taking. So this most important decision for us, the purpose for which the soul has come into existence, and to going back to Godhead, that decision how we cannot take, and why should we not take? Everything else we are taking. So why this we cannot take? We should not take. Does it make sense? Because it's a tough decision we are thinking. Well, it is tough, no doubt about it, but till yesterday we didn't even realize this was the purpose of life. At the time we were happily dancing and jumping and doing everything we were doing, right? Not bother about it. Now somebody invested that time with us to tell us and teach us, hey, mister or ma'am, what are you doing? Wasting time. It's the greatest crime. We should go back to Godhead. That's when we realize it's very difficult, very difficult. Oh my God, oh my God. So, but we are not accepting the decision, the responsibility. This is a very selfish thinking for all of us. I thought about it. Is it not so? What do you all think? Is it not? Is it not correct? We decided to come alone from spiritual world to Golok, from Golok to material world. On our own, right? Krishna said, "Don't come, don't come." Prabhupada said this, right? We still join. We said, "No, no, I want to go." No, to go back, we, we have to go back again. We depended upon our acharyas or gurus, no doubt about it. But ultimately, we have to flap our wings alone. Everybody will help us, but our bhakti is our punji, our wealth. So, along with our material things, we should have this also. Okay. So, Krishnadas, are we ready now to share the screen? Okay. Who would like to volunteer for reading, please? If you raise your hands, I will not be able to see. I'm sorry. Okay, yes, Devapuru, please read.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who expressed this devotional attitude so succinctly. Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagad ishakamaye mama janmani janma ishvare bhavatad bhaktir ahituki tvai. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor to enjoy beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. What I want is only the causeless mercy of your devotional service in my life, birth after birth. Sishtakam verse 4. In essence, this is the Bhakti Yoga system. There are many examples of the pure devotional attitude. Once Lord Narsimhadev told Prahlad Maharaj, "My dear boy, you have suffered so much for me. Whatever you want, ask for it." Being a pure devotee, Prahlad Maharaj refused to ask for anything. He said, "My dear master, I am not carrying out mercantile business with you. I will not accept any remuneration for my service." This is the pure devotional attitude. Yogis and Gyanis are demanding to become one with the Supreme because they have such bitter experience suffering the material pangs. They want to become one with the Lord because they are suffering in separation. A pure devotee, however, does not experience this. Although separate from the Lord, he fully enjoys the service of the Lord in separation. The desire to become one with the impersonal Brahman or to merge with God is certainly greater than any material desire. But this is not without self-interest. Similarly, the mystic yogi who practices the yoga system with half open eyes, ceasing all material activities, desires some satisfaction for his personal self. Such yogis are desirous of material power and
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, please. Sorry, excuse me. We'll just
yogis and jnanis are demanding to become one with the Supreme because they have such bitter experience suffering the material pangs. They want to become one with the Lord because they are suffering in separation. A pure devotee, however, does not experience this. Although separate from the Lord, he fully enjoys the service of the Lord in separation. The desire to become one with the impersonal Brahman or to merge with God is certainly greater than any material desire. But this is not without self interest. Similarly, the mystic yogi who practices the yoga system with half open eyes, ceasing all material activities, desires some satisfaction for his personal self. Such yogis are desirous of material power, and this is their conception of the perfection of yoga. Actually, this is not the perfection of yoga, but a materialistic process.
okay. Just pause for now. Yeah, just hold on. What do you understand from this paragraph, please?
Uh, Probably in this paragraph, Prabhupada is like explaining ki like yogis, they perform Ashtanga yoga and many other uh, penances, and we can say many hardships, but that is not like it is greater than any material desire or materialistic activities, but it contains some amount of self-interest. It's not without interest, like without selfishness. So it's greater than any material activity, but it's self-interest because they can't suffer this material world. They want to become one with the Lord. And the pure devotee, he enjoys like he enjoys the devotion in separation. So that is I understand.
Yeah, but a devotee also doing bhakti.
Hmm.
So are we not doing bhakti with some self-interest?
We are, because we are not pure devotee. Here it's mentioned pure devotee.
Okay, so a pure devotee does not do bhakti with with selfish interest. What do you think?
Abhijit, like here the in the above paragraph, an example of Prahlad Maharaj was there. So he like if he has some self-interest, he could ask anything, but he refused to ask anything.
Yes, correct. Very good. Very good. So what does it mean? See, jnanis and yogis, they are demanding. What do you mean by demanding?
They're ordering, I want this. It's like self-interest. I want something.
So just like supposing you finish your engineering degree, you join a university. So you expect that when you make the payment, you will be trained, and ultimately, if you have to pass exams, of course, you have to perform a lot of austerities, yeah, pay money, also is an austerity, and then at the end of it, you will get a degree, correct? Yeah. So Gnanis and yogis are doing the same thing. The Gnanis were thinking, they've got their own education, their knowledge, they are behind knowledge, they accumulate knowledge. And yogis are performing austerities, the Ashtanga yoga system, yeah, to achieve something, some goal. Yeah. What is our goal?
Our
What is
goal,
our goal?
our goal is to go back to Godhead and serve Krishna.
So is it not a goal? So how is it different? It's a little technical, which is we have not taught you these points. So do not feel that, oh, I do not know the answer. No, 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 don't worry. It's a very difficult answers even for very advanced devotees too. But what we're trying to achieve is that from the very first stage, we have to be very focused. I said this, we have to be very focused. So I want in our Hare Krishna weekend, you may have realized that we try to remain very focused. We give away a lot of things. We don't go here, don't go there, don't read this, don't read that, just so that we can remain very focused. But over a period of time, we has a tendency to become disfocused also while we are doing it. But I want to go there, but I want to do this. No problem. You say, okay, you can do it. But our objective is to remain very focused. So what is that? Is the point that we're teaching you now. It's called management by objective. Every organization has some kind of management style to work on. So as you work in corporate, you'll realize this. There's something called MBO, management by objective. That's what we do in our Bhakti organization also. Okay. So question is that if you want to go back to Godhead, is that not a desire?
Um, so yeah, I was like, just I clicked one. We want to serve Krishna. Like there it was mentioned serve in separation. So like we don't want to go back to Godhead, but we'll automatically go back to Godhead by serving Krishna.
Very good. This is theory. But is this what you want to do?
I'm not that clear in myself, like what I want to do.
I want to say, is this what you want to achieve as an end goal? Think about it. It's still very new. Okay. Anybody else who's from the beginners class? What do you all think? What do you all think? Nobody else?
No need to raise your hand, Mataji. Just speak.
Just speak. Just speak. I cannot see if you have raised your hands, please. Just speak. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, mother.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class. Thank you, devotees.
Okay.
And thank you, Deepak Prabhu, for reading. Prabhuji, I have a question also.
First, my question are you ready for this? As Deepak Prabhu said, that we are not interested in going back to Godhead. We are only interested in bhakti for Krishna. Are you ready for this? What did we study last week in my presentation? What do organized religion give you?
Kind of ticket that you will.
Yeah, what?
They tell you that if you join the organization, you will go to God.
Correct?
Yeah.
But here, you are just joined, you are in the beginners program, and we are telling you, what are we telling you? What did Deepak Prabhu said? And it's a correct answer. What is the answer?
That we have to do devotion service. That is the aim, and not to.
Yes, we are not interested in going back to God or any of these things. Are you ready for this?
Which is it's a theory as of now for me.
Yeah, whatever, no problem. Going back to God is also theory only. As of now. Correct? But are you ready for this goal? Is my question. Is it acceptable to you, this goal?
Yes,
You're in a
Prabhuji.
beginners program. You can choose, sorry, this is not my goal. I don't want to be with you guys. You can do, I want to go back to Godhead. Who's taking me there? I want to go. I'll go. Who you're taking me there? I'll go. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'll do it. Is it not so? Yeah. So those who are interested in religion or organization joining, they say, "Oh, don't talk to me about all this philosophy. You just tell me what am I supposed to do? Pay money, study, find a guru, do this. I'll do it. I'll do it. I want to go back to God. Full stop. That's called organization. But when there's somebody searching, what do? They follow the process. Not to follow the process is the means is the end. This is a saying in our Krishna consciousness. You must have heard it. The seniors must have heard it too. Our means is our end. Our process is the goal. We say it, but we don't understand it. So right now, I want to make sure that all of us in the beginners program understand this. What is our goal? What is our means to perform devotional service? Bhakti. What is our goal? Sorry, your voice is you're muted. Sorry. What
Devotional
is our
service.
goal? Yes. Are you happy? Yes. Our goal is also that perform devotional service. Are you happy with this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Well, I'm not saying it. Prahlad Maharaj said it. Is it not Deepak Prabhu? You read it, right? Deepak Prabhu? Prahlad Maharaj said that, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What did Prahlad Maharaj say?
I don't want like any remuneration for my bhakti because I am not doing any mercantile business with you.
I'm not doing any business with Krishna. Krishna, I'm not doing any business with you. Correct? So are you doing business with Krishna? I am joining this so I can go back to Godhead, just like yogis and yeah. What do you think, Suchi Mataji? Are you in it? Are you taking the ticket? or you want to give the ticket back. I don't want this ticket. Take it back. I want a refund. She'll go to Avinash. Avinash will say, give me a refund. Avinash will say, I never charge you anything. You give me a refund of my time which I've given you. This is what I've been teaching you all this while. Yeah. So this is a fact. We are researchers. So Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm happy where I am. So what did Prabhupada say? Follow Prahlad Maharaj or not follow Prahlad Maharaj? Follow yogis and gnanis and go back to Godhead. What did Prabhupada say?
To follow Prahlad Maharaj.
So I want to follow. You want to follow Prahlad Maharaj? I'm not saying it. Listen, I'm not saying a word. Well, we are studying it. But what is the thing is this, that we don't study. We just read. We understood this point from what Prahlad Maharaj said. We have to understand this is the depth which is Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. Yeah. We understand this, all of us. This is how we have to study from different angles. Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't, Prabhupada said first, others they demand something. Yogis and Gnanis. Devotees don't demand anything. And then Prabhupada gave an example of Prahlad Maharaj to say when Krishna as Nrsimhadev came to Prahlad Maharaj and said, I'm very happy with you, Prahlad. Whatever you want to do, I'll give it to you. What do you want? That 5-year-old child said, I'm not doing any business with you, my Lord. I'm just performing my bhakti. I'm very happy with this. So bless me, I can perform bhakti, but all these rascals who are there, he said this, Prahlad Maharaj, please, they require your mercy. Let them go back to Godhead. And that's why he's in lower planet, as we discussed here. So I'm not saying a word. You understand this? What do you think, Navina? Is a good idea? Navina Mataji? Yeah, well, that's correct.
Yes, Prabhuji, good idea.
I did not say anything. I'm just saying what Prabhupada said. Unless you think that I'm taking out a meaning behind it, which is Prabhupada not saying it, then it's another thing. Tell me, do you think that way? Any one of you? That I'm taking out some other meaning which Prabhupada is saying something? You tell me. So that is the difference between religion and search for the supreme absolute truth. Bhakti yogis. Yes, Anjali Mata, you understand this? You are very clever. You understand these concepts?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Haribol. You understand these concepts, okay?
Yes.
Yes, so you should be ready for it from the beginning. We are not selling you any dreams. Yes, we will equip you. What we are studying, we are teaching. We are just a study group. Nothing more, nothing less. If anybody can claim and give you come with me, I'll go back to God. Very good, please go. If you want to go, you go. No problem. Yeah. We are not saying they cannot take you back to Godhead. We are not saying that also. I mean, anybody can take you back to Godhead. Who knows? But that is not. This is a difference between Krishna consciousness as a process, individual search for absolute truth, and an organized religion, which even Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada had said that even hardened criminals would coil seeing what religion can do. At that time, he said, in the early 1900, not even early 1900. Yeah, probably early 1900, 1911 or something, 1912. At that time, he said, to see the vision. It is true, so many wrong things happen. Organized religion. The criminals will coil, he said. Okay, great stuff. Let's move on. Anyone to ask any question or debate on this point? Om Ji, Om Prabhuji, you are happy with this? You're not going anywhere. Don't- you may have packed your bags nicely. I'm going back to Godhead. You don't have to pack my bags anything, Baba. Keep the bags with you. Actually, we are packing our bags. Actually, we are packing our bags. We don't belong here. We are living here, but we do not belong here. That's it. And we're moving. We are going home. We're telling everybody, Lord Chaitanya's moon is rising. Oh, it's not at all surprising. We are dancing on the streets and telling everyone we meet, we are going home, going home. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, we're telling everyone we meet, we're going home. We're following the process ourselves with this. This is the point. Of course, with the help of our acharyas, our guru, everybody's help is there. But it's not that we can do it without our efforts. This is wrong thinking, please. Yeah. And that is why Mahaprabhu has made it very simple to chant Hare Krishna. That's it. If you can't think, if you have limitation with thinking and studying, then just chant. But just chanting will not help you unless you are really, these realizations which we are discussing, this you should have, these realizations by chanting. But if you cannot have this realization by chanting, then you must study and chant. You understand all the wonderful devotees? Shubhada Mataji, you okay with this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very good, very good. You all will understand very nicely in the future. We are very happy with all of you guys. Hare Krishna. All Bhadram Te to all of you, All blessings be on all of you. Wonderful devotees. Okay, should we move on? I'll wait 10 more seconds if you have any questions or anything to debate.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hari Bol Mother.
Uh,
Oh, you had a question too. Yes, excuse me. Yes.
yes, Prabhuji. I have a question that वहाँ पे that was written that the Jnanis and Yogis they want to merge with the Supreme because they are frustrated with the material pangs.
Yes.
Like what I was thinking is that that is correct because in some way or the other, every human being who is thinking about God is maybe suffering in the material world. We had
Yes.
we had a discussion about this that there is some kind of frustration with the material world, and that's why we are thinking to get out of this material world. So
Yes.
even devotees are also thinking like that. Even devotees are
Yes, that's
also
right.
thinking that there is suffering in the material world. That's why I want to go back to Godhead.
Yes, that's right.
So, I mean, if a devotee is also thinking like that, so is it a correct thinking? Because Prahlad Maharaj said that no, wherever God will be going to keep me, I will do devotional service. That's another
Yes.
thinking that devotee has. But then,
Yes.
if you have asked me the question that I want to choose, that I was thinking about this question many times, but then I feel that is it? I mean, do I want to opt this option that wherever I would be, God will be keeping me, I want to do devotional service. Am I going to opt this option anytime in my life? So this is a
Yes.
very tricky thing because you
If
know.
you, sorry, please continue. I'm sorry. Please continue.
So I mean, the question is that is it correct even to think that I want to go back to Godhead, not coming back? But then in one of your classes, you have also we have also discussed that we can come back from Godhead also because we have a free will. So there is no point of I mean, there is no point in I'm saying that if I'm going back to Godhead, there is no chances of me to come back. There is a chances if my free will allows me to do so. So this is the point I was contemplating since last 1 week. And that was the discussion that happened today. So that was my question, Prabhuji. Is it right to think that, I mean, it's very critical because ultimately I was thinking that I too fear of getting material pangs. I too fear. Still I fear. So
Material suffering.
yeah, it's not too
One
easy.
should fear.
Yeah.
Actually, one should fear material suffering.
Yeah. So it is not too easy for me to say that even if I get material suffering, I'm happily accepting that it's not easy to say right now.
Nobody wants material suffering. Who wants suffering? There are people who want suffering. Not at this age, not at this time. But as we progress, when the remembrance of Krishna that we have achieved out of the causeless mercy of Krishna, when that is at stake and when we achieve that happiness of by that remembering Krishna, when that is at stake with material happiness, then we'll ask for material distress. That by hook or by crook, I want to remember you. Because I don't want to forget you. Remembering you is the most important thing that I've achieved in my whole life as a spirit soul, not as this body. It takes time. It's an advanced information. Beyond my pay grade too. But if we demand, if you want to join in, so Krishna, I want to love you, because I want to dance with you in Golok Vrindavan. You see? Or we say, Krishna, you make me dance as you want me to make me dance. Wherever you want me to make me dance. Which do you think is a better purity is where?
The second one.
Yes, it's a hard one. Yeah. So your worry about material pangs is a genuine worry, and you should be worried. I should be worried too. It is foolish not to worry about it. And that will make us come to Krishna. That is correct. Yeah. As we come to Krishna, our goal automatically it moves, it goes a bit higher. See, in preaching, we tell everybody, well, you become Krishna conscious, chant Hare Krishna, go back to Godhead. Otherwise, why should anybody will be worried to go back to Godhead? If you just say that you love Krishna, why should I love Krishna? Tell me, what will I gain? Actually, what will you gain materially if you love Krishna? Nothing really. But you gain materially also over a period of time. You will experience this. But generally speaking, to an ordinary person, if you say you love, you become Krishna conscious, why? So that you can love Krishna. He said, why should I love Krishna? Because you'll be happy. He said, I'm very happy now. What do you mean? I want to watch cricket match now. I want to have beer with my friends and have popcorns and party and all that is going on. You are not doing it. No? You are not having happy. I'm very happy. So for that we say, hey, you are suffering in the material world. You must go back to God and no suffering. And those who are a little, more this thing pure, they'll accept it. Okay, oh, that's good. Then we should go, back to Godhead. Godhead looks a little different, no suffering. A good idea. And that is correct. And you can go back to Godhead. But I can tell you one thing. How is this idea? Where same what you experience in Godhead, no suffering, you can experience here also. No suffering. How do you think is an idea?
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. So now tell me, you're from India, we're all from India, right? So in India, we have seen so many pure saints of Krishna, correct? Some are very rich, like Mirabai, but still she gave up everything. And some were, most of them were very paupers, right? Why would they enjoy their popping, their being poor? They must be enjoying somewhere, right? So they're voluntarily accepting poverty, correct? So they must have experienced something which is far greater than poverty or richness, correct? So today, after so many generations, also we remember Surdas, we remember Narasimha Mehta, we remember, Tukaram, Rupa Goswami. They'd given up everything, and we still remember it. So that's why Krishna says, I don't have anything, as we discussed last week. I don't have anything. Yeah. Which means that he has everything. He doesn't have anything to lose. Everything is his. Okay? So it will come over a period of time. But going back to Godhead, Krishna, I love you because I want to come back to you and dance with you in spiritual world. Take me there. Or say, Krishna, I want to dance with you. I do not know how to dance. You make me dance. That will please you. But my desire is to dance for you. Now I do not know how to dance. So can you make me dance, please? It's up to you, but I'm going to dance for you to give you pleasure. You tell me, on one side there'll be nice apsaras dancing and dancers dancing, beautiful, and second way I'm dancing or somebody else is dancing with broken leg or something like this, and people are laughing, doing Krishna laugh with the people okay for you, against you, or against me. No, no, no. He will not do that. He say he's dancing to give me pleasure. This is what they think. He is dancing to give me pleasure. So he is mine. You doesn't need to be expert. We don't need to be expert devotees. Purity is in the thought. Pure thought is purity. Don't complicate bhakti. You understand this point? So there is a meaning that our aim, our process is bhakti, and bhakti leads to bhakti. This is the meaning of it. There is no end to it. These are very nice words to hear, very nice, but it's very, very difficult to implement. When the whole world is against you, we have to go against the whole world. It's very difficult. Who is doing pure devotional service, you never know. So we have to be very, very calm. What our main thing is this going to please Krishna or no? Is this going to help me remember Krishna? That's it. That's why so many people say your teaching is wrong, your preaching is bad. So many things they say to me. Well, I say, okay, if I've prayed to Guru Maharaj and Krishna and Prabhupada and Krishna, stop this preaching if it is wrong in any way. We don't want it. I don't do anything wrong. Only if it is correct, if it is allowed the preaching to go on. In front of you, we had said this, Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja. So that's it. Still continuing. Tomorrow it may not continue. It doesn't matter. But it is correct. The truth is this. And at no point in time are we saying that, no, give up your job also. We are not saying that to you. That will be foolishness. You will give up on your own. It is your own will. When you require the time to remember Krishna. You understand this? And that too, if you are suffering, you say, no, I don't want this suffering, Krishna. Make sure I've got enough for myself, take care of myself. He'll arrange it. Don't worry. Because he's interested that we are interested in him. So try and, yeah, we say, yeah, we go back to Godhead. That's correct. And we should also. But better is this that wherever you take me, I want to go. You know? And that is why the Acharyas, Guru Maharaj are important. We serve them. So everyone's mercy is flowing. We are not on our own. On our own, we cannot do anything. The Guru is very important. The Guru is very important because they'll take us, they will guide us, show us all parampara. So you'll feel the presence of whole parampara with you. Don't you feel the presence of Maharaj and the Prabhupada and parampara in your life? Tell me. No, don't nod for the sake of it. If you say no, you say no. It's fine. You experience presence now when I'm talking to you.
Yes, Guru.
Don't say for the sake. I'll ask you another question. If I find that you are just saying nodding for the sake of it. Okay, put it in spot. Rather than say no, I don't. Throw back a challenge upon me, no? I prefer that. So tell me, do you experience the presence of Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada now as we're talking in the programs here?
Yes, Guru.
Yeah. Okay, let's ask everybody. Do you feel the heaviness in the air? Do you feel the gravity in our discussion today? Just raise your hand if you feel the gravity, the intensity. Yeah, yeah. This intensity is their presence. Otherwise, what a person like me can say? I'm a rascal number one. All parampara is blessing here. Always remember this. We finish the discussion today because it's such a big topic, such a nice topic. One paragraph and we discuss things, so many things. We can't go beyond one paragraph. It's going to take us a whole life to finish this small book of Prabhupada, Path of Perfection. But just see so much discussion we had, complete nectar. Huh? Yeah. This is the point. Always remember, be prepared to give up. As what Maharaj would say, I have to go. Means not just dying. Everything I have to go. Maharaj would say that we have made this temple. If the authorities come and tell me, leave the temple today, if my bag is ready, I'll go. I will not wait till the evening. I'll go right now. So we should be ready for this. All this show is going on. Maharaj would say, right now, all this show is going on. Even this program is also a show going on. Tomorrow it can stop. That doesn't mean anything. No problem. We can all do bhakti. Who's stopping you? Who's stopping you from chanting Hare Krishna? Only we will stop ourselves. No problem. This is the point. Never divert from this. Money, yes, it is important. We must do. At certain age, we must give. Till your age of certain age, you must give on making money. You must do it. I mean, those who cannot do it is best. Those are brahmacharis. If you are, that is best. If you can give up that, no earning money, dependent upon. But it's a very difficult society for now. Who can become sannyasi is the best. But if you can't, at least give up the ownership. That we can do, no? That we can do. Give the ownership. Giving up ownership meaning what? Today everything is there. You enjoying. Thank you for Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. You have given me the facility to sit on the sofa, to sit in this house, and this Zoom is going on. Tomorrow when you go away, give me the strength, Krishna. So I can still remember you in some way. Thank you for making me remember now. That is bhakti. Nothing else. Okay? Is it alright? We're in a very lucid state now, discussion. No? It's hard to stop the discussion. But we'll go to the next program now. Any questions? Anyone has something to say? Is the question answered, Mataji? Sushi Mataji, is the question answered?
Yes, Guruji. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else wants to say anything before we conclude? I have a question for all of you. Should we continue with this chapter only? Continue now for the next program? What do you all think? We can again stop it now and continue with the teachings about Kabbalah. It's great. Also, it's very fantastic. Okay. I think we must continue. Krishnadas, share the screen, please. Yes, please read, Prabhuji. Continue with the reading. Thank you.
This paragraph is done.
Yeah, after this. If one practices.
If one practices the regulative principle of yoga, he can attain 8 kinds of perfection. He can become lighter than a cotton swab. He can become heavier than a great stone. He can immediately get whatever he likes. Sometimes he can even create a planet. Although rare, such powerful yogis actually exist. Vishwamitra Yogi wanted to beget a man from a palm tree. He was thinking, why should a man have to live so many months within the womb of his mother? Why can't he be produced just like a fruit? Thinking like this, Vishwamitra Yogi produced men like coconuts. Some yogis are so powerful they can perform such acts. But these are all material powers. Ultimately, such yogis are vanquished because they cannot retain these material powers indefinitely. Bhakti yogis are not interested in such powers.
Okay, we're not interested in such powers. Okay. Yeah, please continue.
The Bhakti yogi, acting in Krishna consciousness, works for the satisfaction of the whole without self interest. A Krishna conscious person does not desire self satisfaction. Rather, his criterion of success is the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he is considered the perfect sannyasi and the perfect yogi.
See, here it came. See, what Prabhupada read? A Krishna conscious person.
Does not desire self satisfaction.
Yes. And what is self satisfaction? Anything. I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Nothing like that. What does he want? Rather,
His criterion of success is the satisfaction of Krishna.
yes. Therefore, is considered perfect sannyasi, a perfect yogi. This is the point. Is Krishna satisfied? And I can tell you one thing. The whole world will go against you. Say, you're wrong, you're this. But if Krishna is satisfied, he'll continue with your things. Not budge. Nothing will change. This is the fact. Mare Krishna rakhe Krishna mare ke. If Krishna is happy, no matter what anybody will do, nothing will happen to you. It will continue. And be prepared to leave and go. If Krishna wants, he'll make arrangements. To any form, devotee, he give the strength for devotee to the devotees, to make sure this is going on. It creates situations. Our business is to satisfy Krishna. I say, I don't want to put any burden on you. If you want it, you can stop it. If you want it, we'll continue, no problem. Make me dance. My desire is to dance for you. Make me dance. So everybody is supporting somebody, other devotee is helping this devotee. So that devotee is put into difficulty to make sure this devotee is doing well, continuing. But there is also this devotee, Krishna is arranging for that satisfaction also of this devotee who's helping this other devotee. So it works in a very complex way. So Krishna is not, his decision is not dependent upon only one person. One decision affects so many people. That is Krishna. And he is in everyone's heart as Paramatma. There is a reason why he can do it. We will not be able to understand it because we are living only in our body. Yeah, this is the point. Please continue.
A pure devotee does not even want salvation.
There we
The,
go. More is coming. Prabhupada giving more punches. Yes, continue, please.
the salvationists want to be saved from rebirth, and the voidists also want to put an end to all material life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, requested only devotional service to Lord Krishna birth after birth. In other words, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was prepared to endure material miseries in one body after another. What then was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire?
Just one second. So read it again. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
Chaitanya
was
Mahaprabhu,
prepared.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was prepared to endure materialistic miseries in one body after another.
So Mataji, be very careful. Here we go. We are following Mahaprabhu now. I think we should not follow Mahaprabhu. I should also not follow Mahaprabhu. Too much this is. I'll find out some other Prabhu, If I find somebody, I'll let you know. This Prabhu is saying he's very good, We have to worry about material desire. He said, give me material desire, material problems. Very difficult, man. I think all of you in the beginners program are studying like this. You are very fortunate. It has taken me so long, to understand these things. You guys are getting it so straight away. Very nice. Agreed? Anyone wants to quit now? Wants to go leave? I want to not give it Mahaprabhu. This is too much for me. Don't read me anything more. Enough for me. Okay, what do you think? Please feel free. You got a right to do this. Then don't ask me. Don't put pressure upon me. Then, even I don't know. I'm lost too. अविनाश बाबू क्या कहते हैं बरोबर ना now is the time. So, in marriage, we had somebody, Divanshi Matari's sister got married. If you see the marriage ceremony, there is one particular ceremony which says Savadhan. Remember? Have you heard saying this? The Pandit says Savadhan. He did not say it. He must have skipped it. Savadhan means be careful. Now is the time. If you don't want to get married, leave now. That is the meaning of it. So all of you are going to get married. This Pandit will say Savadhan. Remember this, Vishram Savadhan. You army guys will know. Vishram means enjoy. Savadhan means attention. Savadhan ho jaiye. Be very careful, right? Before you get married. This is how it is. This is our chance now. From here, if you go, that movie Matrix, red pill and blue pill. You choose red pill and blue pill. Who was giving this? What is his name? This guy. What is his name? Very his goggles only with nose. It keeps his
Morpheus.
glasses. Sorry, who? Morpheus. Morpheus. Yeah, thank you. That's right. Morpheus. Both guys says red pill and blue pill. What do you want? Padma Prabhu, what do you want? Which pill do you want? Red pill or blue pill? Mahaprabhu's pill or not Mahaprabhu's pill? What do you want? Right?
Mahaprabhu's.
What Mahaprabhu? Ask your parents first, material problems you're asking for. Before your marriage, if you have got any wife, ask the wife, what should I do, wife? Otherwise you'll be in difficulty, man. Don't say that decision so fast. Yes, please continue. A pure devotee. Start it again.
Pure devotee does not even want salvation. The salvationists want to be saved from rebirth, and the voidists also want to put an end to all material life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, requested only devotional service to Lord Krishna, birth after birth. In other words, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was prepared to endure material miseries in one body after another. What then was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire? He wanted to engage in God's service and nothing more. For that is the real perfection of yoga.
That's it. This is the point. Yeah, that's why bhakti takes us to bhakti. Yeah, wonderful. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Please continue. More. Wonderful nectar.
Whether in the spiritual sky or the material sky, the individual spirit soul is constitutionally the same. It is said that he is 1/10,000th part of the tip of a hair. This means that our position is that of a small particle, but spirit can expand. Just as we develop a material body in the material world, we develop a spiritual body in the spiritual world. In the material
Wow.
world,
So nice. Again.
whether in the spiritual sky or the material sky, the individual spirit soul is constitutionally the same. It is said that he is 1/10,000th part of the tip of a hair. This means that our position is that of a small particle, but spirit can expand. Just as we develop a material body in the material world, we develop a spiritual body in the spiritual world. In the material world, expansion takes place in contact with matter. In the spiritual world, this expansion is spiritual.
Yes. Wonderful. Continue.
Actually, the first lesson of Bhagavad Gita is I am spirit soul. I am different from this body. I am a living force, but this material body is not a living force. It is dull matter and it is activated only because spiritual force is present. In the spiritual world, everything is living force. There is no dead matter. There, the body is totally spiritual. One may compare the spirit soul with oil and the body with water. When oil is in water, there is a distinction, and that distinction always remains.
See,
And the
oil never mixes with water, you see. If there's a one drop of oil in the whole liters of water, the oil will remain separate. Do whatever you want to do. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. How beautiful it is. Yes.
in the spiritual sky, there is no question of oil being placed in water. There, everything is spirit.
Hare Krishna.
The impersonalists do not want to develop a body. They simply want to remain spiritual particles, and that is their idea of happiness. But we, Bhakti Yogis, Vaishnavas, want to serve Krishna, and therefore we require hands, legs, and all the other bodily parts.
How can we serve Krishna without hands and legs? That's why we want hands and legs. You see? Yeah, we never understood this point. See, this Prabhupada is saying, therefore, the hands and legs which Krishna has given us have to be utilized for Krishna's sake. Rishikesh, Rishikesh Sevana, Bhakti Ruchat. See, by the senses, we have to satisfy the master of the senses, Krishna. That is pure devotional service. How wonderful. Is it not so? This is the reason why Krishna has given the senses. We utilize senses for Krishna's sake. Jai. Wonderful. Please.
Indeed, we are given these bodies in order to serve Krishna. Just as we develop a material body in our mother's womb, we can similarly develop a spiritual body in the spiritual world. The spiritual body is developed through the practice of Krishna consciousness. This material body is spiritualized by this Bhakti Yoga process. If you place an iron within fire, the iron becomes so hot that it also becomes fiery. When the iron is red hot, it acquires all the qualities of fire. If you touch something with that iron, the iron will act as fire. Similarly, although this body is material, it can become spiritualized through Krishna consciousness and act as spirit. Although copper is just a metal, as soon as it comes in contact with electricity, it becomes electrified. And if you touch it, you will receive an electric shock. As soon as your body is spiritualized, material activity ceases. Material activity means acting for sense gratification. As you become spiritualized, material demands dwindle until they become nil. How is this possible? In order for an iron to act as fire, it must remain constantly in contact with fire. In order for the material body to become spiritualized, one must remain constantly in Krishna consciousness. When this material body is fully engaged in spiritual activities, it becomes spiritual.
Yes, just pause. You got the answer here? This is how it is. This is when slowly, as we are progressing, as we become more and more, it's up to us how much we want to become Krishna conscious. We have studied this, but the onus is upon us. If you want to become like red iron, the iron has to be put in the fire. Only then it becomes red hot like fire. If the iron cannot say that, okay, I want to remain for 1 minute and then for 20 minutes I'm out of the out of the fire. How can the iron becomes fire then? No, iron has to choose to be in fire for all the time. Then becomes fire. So this choice is our choice. And do not worry, it's not 24 hours means 24 hours. It's even if once a day, twice a day, whenever you can remember Krishna. There is progress. Doing 24 hours means you have to think only about him and all this. It can happen, but not everybody can do so immediately too, at least for. So we must do it. Rupa Goswami mentions this. 24 hours does not mean that it means once, at least once in 24 hours you must do at least, begin with it. It's very difficult for otherwise devotees to progress. Okay, very nice. Please continue.
Sorry, Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Sorry, I have a question. Can I ask a question?
yes, please.
Yes. I'm not sure if this might be a dumb question, but here Prabhupada is referring to spirit, right? So Prabhupada says that in the first, like right at the top sentence, that similarly, although this body is material, it can become spiritualized through Krishna consciousness and act as spirit. Similarly, in the previous paragraph, Srila Prabhupada said that the spirit expands. I think Srila Prabhupada is referring to the spiritual world. So what exactly is spirit in this context? If you can please.
The spirit soul. The spirit soul.
Spirit soul.
Yes.
So when Srila Prabhupada says the spirit expands,
Yeah.
does that mean that like the
It means
realization?
that right now, yeah, that's right. You're saying this is correct. Realization. That's right. Continue.
Yeah. So like our personal like realization of our position
Yes.
of
Yes.
service.
See, we all have spiritual bodies in Guru. It may be a little bit more for a beginners program, but this topic is such. As I told you, any topic Prabhupada is the same Bhagavad advanced topics. So in the spiritual world, if we cannot go with the material body. We have to have a spiritual body, which is our real body, your spirit soul body. Okay. Now it fully manifests in the spiritual world, the spirit body. Fully. Yeah. With its particular identity, name, actions, responsibilities, etc. All this. But when the spirit soul is in the material world, comes down to the material world, for this prolonged cycle of birth and death in the contact with material nature, it becomes covered. So Krishna consciousness is the process of slowly removing this covering and bringing out the true identity of the spirit soul. So spirit soul expanding, meaning the material influence reduces, and slowly we will know our true identity. Who are we? What is me? What do I do? How do people interact in the spiritual world? What do they do? What do they not do? What is my identity? You can identify exactly what you are. But this is revealed. The chanting reveals by the mercy of Krishna. And that is why Lord Nityananda Prabhu works with Srimati Radharani to help this identity. That's why prayer to Nityananda Prabhu is very important for this spiritual identity. So there's a meaning of expanding one's spiritual identity. It's a very personal realization process. Even if you are supposing you are experiencing your spiritual identity as some particular form, how can you go and tell to somebody else, hey, listen, I'm not his body, my name is this, in the spiritual world I'm that. Who will explain? Who like will they appreciate what you're saying? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. It's a very personal experience. Yeah. So it's a very personal experience. And this is the meaning of expounding a spiritual identity. Is it okay?
Yes, thank you, Roger. And that's why also where Prabhupada says act as spirit. That's when we also act as our original identity, right?
Yes, that's right. And same thing like a rod in the fire, iron rod in the fire. If it is kept in fire for long, it becomes red hot, 24 hours. Otherwise, it will not become red hot. It won't be acting as fire. Although it is iron, it becomes fire. That's what it means. So the body is material, it becomes spiritual. So even in this body, at this time in our life, we can be in Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan, experience it. Because Krishna is in the heart, is Paramatma. And he's constantly revealing himself to us. We just have to look at him. The Prabhupada says. But look at him is an impossible task. Yeah. Okay. It's a big challenge.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else wants to ask any question or say something on this point, please? For our young Matajis, Shubhadra Mataji and Navina Mataji, maybe a little tricky, but at least something will go in their ears, it'll help you in the future, hopefully, Hare Krishna, very nice. All the best. All the best to both of you. Yes, please continue.
According to the
Is
Vedic,
there anybody else who would like to read? Sorry, we've given you a nice chance. Anybody else who would like to read?
Shrishti Mataji raised her hand and Pradimna Prabhu.
Who was the first one? I don't know.
I think Shrishti Mataji was first.
Okay. Srishti Mataji, you would like to read then?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
For taking the class. Thank you, Purna Praja Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Sarpan Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Deepak Prabhu, for reading.
Yes, Haribol. Wonderful.
Yes, Prabhuji, can I start?
Please, please, please. We're waiting.
According to, as soon as your body is spiritualized, material activity ceases. Material activity means acting for sense gratification. As you become spiritualized, material demand dwindle until they become nil. How is this possible? In order for an iron to act as fire, it must remain constantly in contact with fire. In order for the material body to become spiritualized, one must remain constantly in Krishna consciousness. When this material body is fully engaged in spiritual activities, it becomes spiritual. According to the Vedic system, the body of a high personality, a sannyasi, is not burned but buried, because the sannyasi's body is considered spiritual, having ceased to engage in material activities. If everyone in this world engages fully in Krishna consciousness and ceases to work for sense gratification, this entire world will immediately become spiritual. Therefore, it is necessary to learn how to work for the satisfaction of Krishna. This requires a little time to understand. If something is used for Krishna's satisfaction, it is spiritual. Since we are using microphones, typewriters, etc., in order to talk and write about Krishna, they become spiritualized. What is the difference between prasad and ordinary food? Some people may say, what is this prasad? We are eating the same food. Why do you call it prasad? It is prasad because it has been offered for Krishna's satisfaction and has thus become spiritualized. In a higher sense, there is no matter at all. Everything is spiritual. Because Krishna is spiritual and matter is one of the energies of Krishna. Matter is also spiritual. Krishna is totally spiritual and spirit comes from spirit. However, because the living entities are misusing this energy, that is, using it for something other than Krishna's purposes, it becomes materialized. And so we call it matter. The purpose of this Krishna consciousness movement is to re-spiritualize this energy. It is our purpose to re-spiritualize the whole world, socially and politically. Of course, this may not be possible, but it is our ideal. At least if we individually take up this re-spiritualization process, our lives become perfect. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 22, Krishna says that he provides for his devotees by giving them what they lack and preserving what they have. People are very fond of saying that God helps those who help themselves. But they do not understand that helping yourself means putting yourself under Krishna's protection. If one thinks, oh, I can help myself, I can protect myself, one is thinking foolishly. As long as my finger is attached to my body, it is useful, and I may spend thousands of dollars to preserve it. But if this finger is cut off, it is useless and is thrown away. Similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna, and helping ourselves means putting ourselves in our proper position as his parts and parcels. Otherwise, we are only fit to be cast away. The finger can help itself only when situated properly on the hand and working on behalf of the entire body. If the finger thinks, I will separate myself from this body and simply help myself, that finger will be cast away and will die. As soon as we think, I shall live independently for Krishna, that is our spiritual death. And as soon as we live independently of Krishna, that is our spiritual death. And as soon as we engage in Krishna's service, and as his part and as soon as we think, I shall live independently of Krishna, that is our spiritual death. And as soon as we engage in Krishna's service as his part and parcel, that is our spiritual life. Therefore, helping oneself means knowing one's actual position and working accordingly. It is not possible to help oneself without knowing one's position.
It's so practical, We have to understand our position also. Yeah, please continue.
Service means activity. For when we serve someone, we are acting. When we serve Krishna, we are preaching Krishna consciousness, or cooking, or cleansing the temple, or distributing books about Krishna, or writing about him, or shopping for foodstuff to offer him. There are so many ways to serve. Helping Krishna means acting for him, not sitting down in one place and artificially meditating. Krishna consciousness means activity. Whatever assets we have should be utilized for Krishna. That is the process of Bhakti Yoga. Krishna has given us mind, and we must utilize this mind to think of Krishna. We have been given these hands, and we must use them to wash the temple or cook for Krishna. We have been given these legs, and we should use them to go to the temple of Krishna. We have been given a nose, and we should use it to smell the flowers that have been offered to Krishna. Through the process of Bhakti Yoga, we engage all these senses in the service of Krishna. And in this way, the senses are spiritualized. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjun was refusing to act. and Krishna was inspiring him to engage in activity. The entire Bhagavad Gita is an inspiration to work, to engage in Krishna consciousness, to act on Krishna's behalf. Krishna never tells Arjun, my dear, my dear friend Arjun, don't concern yourself with this war. Just sit down and meditate upon me. This is not the message of Bhagavad Gita. We are not to refrain from all activity, but only from those activity that impede our consciousness of Krishna. Meditation means stopping all nonsensical activity. Those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness are constantly working for Krishna.
Yes, this is important. The more you work for Krishna, the more automatically you will think about Krishna. You are engaged in Krishna. So that's why we say preaching. You know, we request that we are a preaching organization. So preach. Whatever you learn, preach. So moment you're preaching, you are engaging your thinking, your money, your ability, your everything you are engaging. Because devotional service or bhakti cannot be done without activity, active service. So somehow active service has to be performed, whether we like it or not. To the extent possible, we must do. Active service. We cannot say I love you, but I will not do this work for you, that work for you. That is not the way. Okay. And so not only do work that we like to do. We do service something which you don't like to do also. You must do at times. Yeah, that's how we change. Because being flexible is very important. Service can keep changing. You cannot keep doing the same service. According to age, it may change. Circumstances, it may change. Yeah, it's very important to understand these points. But service has to be performed. This is called devotional service, or bhakti. Yeah. Okay. Anyone has anything to say on this point? No. Okay. Please continue with it.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have something to say.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I want to share the realization that whenever I talk to my colleagues in office also, they mostly say about God helps those who help themselves. So if we work hard and if we perform our duty very well, then definitely God will help. But that is now the point which I'll discuss with them, that God helps those who help themselves. So now I understood it very clearly. I was saying that I'll tell you the thing, but why Shushti, you always say that you depend on, like, you only say about you should depend on Krishna, but God will only help when you are helping yourself, when you are pondering about yourself, you are working hard and you are performing your duties very nicely, then only God will help me. So these were the discussions which we were having, and now I got some perspective out of it, that how I can explain that about this particular sentence. God helps those who help themselves.
Very good. Very good. So what will you tell them? What will you tell them?
Yes, I will tell them that first of all, I really like the example of using microphones and whatever thing which you are using it is for Krishna's service. And the second thing is, whenever you take like, if you depend on Krishna will give you insight. Krishna will help you to work in a better way. That is what is written here. If you think about Krishna and if you do your duties and you make sure that the results are on Krishna's hand, then that is the perfect example of God who help those who help themselves. That means if you surrender your things to Krishna, then Krishna will definitely take care of your things and will help you to work better.
Okay. It's still a little philosophical answer. Will they understand this answer?
Yeah, they'll still argue that how can you give an example about like if I'm doing my duties again, like if I'm stuck, then how will your God will help me? Like they'll definitely ask this question that how your God will help me to do my work. If I'm stuck in some port, how will your God will come here and help me? I need to perform it. I need to resolve the issue by myself. But then I can say that mind is Krishna. Like if you're thinking about that question in your mind, then you are using your mind, and your mind is Krishna's energy. So if you're thinking, then Krishna will give you the answer, and whatever you have learned, the memory and the intelligence which you are using, it also Krishna. So how can you say that you are using your intelligence and you are using your mind to think of the issue which is there in your code?
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good attempt. Would, would, would this be more practical, you think? They would understand this practically?
Yeah, they'll again say where it is written over there that mind, intelligence, memory, what you are thinking about, it's going above my head. Where it is written,
Okay.
yeah, that's.
Why don't you say this? Why don't we say this? What do you think? If we say this, that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that your intelligence comes from me. He gives intelligence. He gives remembrance. He gives forgetfulness. So, if I do my work to enjoy the fruits for me, myself, it is not guaranteed that every hardworking person should get the results he desires. Then everybody is working hard to become the richest person in the world. But there's only one richest person in the world. Not everybody is not all the richest person in the world. Correct? Am I right?
Yes,
What do you think is a good answer? So that means if everybody are working to become richest person in the world, no, only one person can become richest person in the world, not everybody. With your argument that only God helps what help yourself. So that is correct. We cannot sit tight and do nothing. But if we know that the result is not upon us, the result is upon him. He says himself also in the Bhagavad Gita that those of you who are attached to the results are called misers by him. So I give my results to him. I work hard, I give results to him. And he can give reward as you want to. But my service is done. And for me, because I'm trying to remember him, he gives me remembrance and forgetfulness. My wife has so many examples of this, where she had found solutions, technical solutions in the work from nowhere. Because Krishna would help like this. Should be hundreds of examples like this. But nobody would think out of square she would give answers like this. And so are devotees also. But that is not the purpose of us that Krishna give me that intelligence so I can remember clearly. No, no. Our purpose is just when he gives you if you're serving. So if you say your Krishna gives you, no, Krishna is everybody's. He says, for me comes remembrance. And yes, if you do hard work, you get hard returns, no doubt, but not always. From your office, is there anybody who has not got promotion, working very hard but not getting promotion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're working hard, but they're not getting promotion.
So say she's an example for you. Working hard is in our hands, but the result is not in our hands. So I understand it. That is not in the hands of boss also. It is in my super boss. So that's why I'm very happy. So working hard is in our hands. Yeah. But we know the answer is results are given by the super boss, and he's my friend. So I'm very happy with whatever he gives me. So I'm very happy. That is my final outcome. What do you think? Is it a better answer? Or is it not? Not better answer. Sorry, wrong point. I'm on a wrong point. Please excuse me. I didn't mean to say better answer. Do you think it's a good answer? Along with what you're going to tell them?
Yes, Roger.
No,
It's
just
a very
thinking.
good answer.
I just wanted to extrapolate these points, nothing else. But very good. It was very nice. All the best. Okay. Anyone else want to say anything on this point before we move on?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Recently,
Yes,
I just wanted to just say the point which Shrishti Mataji said. It was very nice that few days back I was meeting my friend and she's a psychologist. She used to ask a lot of questions about Krishna consciousness and everything. Uh, so we were discussing, and she's working in a like in a hospital in a cancer institute right now as a psycho-oncologist.
Bangalore.
No, not Bangalore, in Nagpur.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we were discussing about something, and as she's a psychologist. I have a discussion with her regarding some psychology aspects, and we were discussing about insight learning. So there is a term called insight learning where it's still in the process of research, where people don't know how the realization comes to a person, like to a scientist or somebody who's searching. So it was like a scientist who was searching about insight learning. So we were discussing
The
about
Eureka moment. The Eureka moment.
the Eureka. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The Eureka moment. So we were discussing about that, and she said, now I realize that it's not never a Eureka or any insight learning. It is only God which is giving answer from inside.
Oh,
So
she's good.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
humble enough.
Yeah. She and lot of time, right? Also, she's in the common group. Avinash Prabhu has added in the common group, and whenever Shushti Mataji sends the Maharaj's quote, she sometimes she sent it. And can you please explain me what Maharaj wants to say here? He
Very
seems
nice.
very intelligent guru, and I want to learn more about him. And she has also asked me one of the quotes, so which
Very
Maharaj
good.
sent recently, Shushti Mataji sent recently. So and then she said that when I was going on a uh, like on a circle and a round to see patients, one of the patients, she had a discussion with one of the patient, and then um there was one discussion that patient said that I remember this point, ma'am, after a long time. So I said, uh, we had a discussion way back about Paramatma giving realization from heart. So she said that it's Paramatma giving you realization from heart. One of my friend told me
Wow.
long back.
That's
So
good.
yeah, so this is how we were discussing that day. So I just can relate to it. And Shushti Mataji put this point.
Very nice. Very nice. All the best. Practically implementing. Very nice. And I'm very happy how Maharaj's quotes are going everywhere now. And all of you are explaining. So this means you also understand what Maharaj is saying. This is parampara. This parampara is alive and kicking. Very nice. All the best. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yes, okay. Anybody else want to say anything before we move? No? Yes, Mother.
A mother tells only her bad child to sit down and do nothing. If a child can do nothing but disturb his mother, the mother says, my dear child, just sit down here and keep quiet. But if the child can work nicely, the mother says, my dear child, will you please help me to do this? Will you go over there and do that? Sitting still in one place is just for those who do not know how to work sensibly. As long as the child sits in one place, he does not raise havoc. Sitting still means negating nonsense, and it is
Just
not
pause. Just pause here. Krishna, just stop the pause. Screen share, please. Thank you. How many of you have gone to meditation class? Just raise your hand like this so I can see from your ears, from your face. That's what they teach you there. Sit down, close your eyes, keep your mouth shut. And what you come out feeling, you are so nice, man. I feel so good, peaceful. And what do they tell you to do? You naughty boy, because you're naughty, sit down, keep your mouth shut, close your eyes, and give me so much money to tell you to shut up. Oh God, did you think like this? Did you think like this before? Now you'll think like this? I have been telling like this to people. I said this in the program because I do this way. I teach meditation. I tell people, sit down, close your eyes. As soon as they come inside, the first 5 minutes, you close your eyes. 15 minutes, we're doing detoxification. Close your eyes, no looking here, no looking there. Sit straight, they sit down quiet and then they will talk something else after that. Otherwise, they are jumping up and down. They're all, they look like absolutely, someone looks like pigeon, someone looks like a crow, someone looks like ostrich, someone looks like meerkat. And all these things they come for meditation, jumping up and down, So keep quiet. Sanjay Prabhu, what do you think? Is it a good idea to go for meditation? They'll teach you where you are, what you are. अपने औकात
Yes,
दिखा
sir.
दिखा
You're
देते
right.
हैं अब
Yeah, they say just keep quiet, sit down, and how, and it's very nice place to sleep, probably.
हाँ बिल्कुल. I used to have all the time somebody in my program used to come and sit down quietly and they would go to sleep. Actually, they would
Yes,
sleep
snoring.
inside in snoring. And when I said 10 minutes is a quiet time, you must close your eyes and relax, concentrate upon the breathing, and one of them would snore. Actually snore, and he would go down and snore. I tell others, don't worry, let him sleep. Let us continue. Why I do this? Because Maharaj used to say long ago, Maharaj said, this meditation, these people, they can't sleep at home, they're sleeping here. Prabhupada would say this, they go to sleep. And I tell them, let's sleep. And after half an hour, he wakes up. I feel very good, man. Idiot. Oh, man. Excuse me. Sorry, don't feel that way. Doesn't mean to say these words. But what I'm trying to say is this, we are all idiots of the first order. They pay money and do this thing. I don't charge money for anybody. All these rich people would come out, in fact, give them prasadam and send them, what nonsense, But this is how it is. It's a fact. Completely a fact. It's just modern way, new way to tell adults you are, nonsensical person. So for 10 minutes at least, don't do any nonsense. Sit down. But for good people, you read, you study. Why are you not thinking? Think. Do some service. Cook for Krishna. All these things. Yeah. I just wanted to share this point. Now that you know what you are, think about it. You'll go there again, or you'll become a teacher, to tell people nonsense things, Stop all the nonsenses. Okay. Don't go for meditation again, right? Be careful. Hare Krishna. Okay, Krishna, thank you. Yes, please continue.
Sitting still means negating nonsense. It is not positive activity. In negation, there is no life. Bhagavad Gita, positive activities constitute life, and positive activity is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Spiritual life is not, don't do this. Spiritual life is, do this. In order to act,
Sorry. Please continue.
in order to act properly, there are certain things that one must know not to do. Therefore, certain activities are forbidden. The whole Bhagavad Gita, however, is do. Krishna says, fight for me. At the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna told Krishna, I will not fight, Shri Krishna said, Kutastvakashmalam idam
Idam.
idam Vishame samupashitam anarya jushatam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. My dear Arjun, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the progressive values of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 2. Krishna directly tells Arjun that he is speaking like a non-Aryan, that is, like one who does not know the spiritual values of life. So Krishna consciousness does not mean sitting down idly. Krishna himself does not sit down idly. All his pastimes are filled with activity. When we go to the spiritual world, we will see that Krishna is always engaged in dancing, eating, and enjoying. He does not sit down to meditate. Is there any account of the gopis meditating? Did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit down to meditate? No. He was always dancing and chanting Hare Krishna. The spiritual soul is naturally active. How can we sit down silently and do nothing? It is not possible. Therefore, after Sri Krishna outlined the Sankhya Yoga system in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna frankly said, Yo ayam yogastvaya prokta prokta samyena madhusudana itasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram. O Madhusudan, Krishna, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and undurable to me. For the mind is restless and unsteady. Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 33. Although Arjun was highly elevated and was Krishna's intimate friend, he immediately refused to take up this Sankhya Yoga system. In essence, he said, it is not possible for me. How could it have been possible? Arjun was a warrior, a householder, and he wanted a kingdom. What time did he have for meditation? He flatly refused to practice this type of meditational yoga, saying that the mind is as difficult to control as the wind. Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 34. That is a fact. It is not possible to control the mind artificially. Therefore, we must engage the mind in Krishna consciousness. Then it is controlled. If Arjuna found this process more difficult than controlling the wind, then what of us? After all, Arjun was not an ordinary man. He was personally talking with the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, and he proclaimed the mind to be like a great wind. How can we control the wind? We can control the mind only by fixing it on Krishna's lotus feet. That is a perfection of meditation. No one really wants to sit down and meditate. Why should we? We are meant for positive activity, for recreation, for pleasure. In Krishna consciousness, our recreation is dancing and chanting, and when we get tired, we take prasad. Is dancing difficult? Is chanting difficult? We don't charge anything to dance in the temple. If you go to the go to a ballroom, you have to pay to enter, but we do not charge. It is natural to enjoy music and dancing and palatable foods. These are our recreations, and this is our method of meditation. So, this yoga system is not at all laborious. It is a simply recreation, susukham. It is stated in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 2, that this yoga is susukham, very happy. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. It is natural, automatic, and spontaneous. It is our real life in the spiritual world.
I think we should stop here. Thank you. This next part is in Vaikuntha. And we'll continue Krishna wedding by Sharakuru's mercy next week. Okay? Wonderful. Now so again I hold my point that this may be small books. Path of Perfection is a small book, thin book. I don't see it as small basic book. It is so advanced, right? What is in Sanjay Prabhu, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
We discussed so many things, man. So much nectar. Prabhupada are giving so much nectar in this. How can you say it's basic things? You even spoke about the identity of a spirit soul in the spiritual world. Huh? Where is this? Huh? Where is this? Tell me, Sridhar Prabhu, am I right? Is this correct? Any book can take us, Maharaj would say, Prabhupada, any small books will take us back. What do you think?
What do I do?
Sorry, Prabhuji.
I said, what do you think? Is it not correct? So advanced
No,
books.
yes,
Every small
Prabhuji.
book is equally as advanced, It's complete Bhagavatam.
Yes, Prabhuji. Most of the small books, even a lot of references from Bhagavatam only. So, yeah, it is.
All
Yeah, it's quite
points.
advanced, Prabhuji. Yeah.
And just see this. It can be studied at basic level also and advanced level also, This is the power of a devotee. How can people criticize Prabhupada? I cannot understand this. This is very advanced. This is impossible. And to think of it that he wrote these books, dictating it in one go. Normally, to write one book, a writer has to see it, proofread it, and this and that, and correct and change. So many years it takes to write one book. And Prabhupada wrote so many books of so advanced language, advanced topics and languages, without any one go. And people would start to type. He would speak on dictaphone and they would type. Typing is so hard, so hard. Because all these people did not know Sanskrit. And what reference is given, why is it given, they didn't know what is the book reference is there. So you have to search out the book and bring it and then put the book and then type it. Very hard. And we are reading it so easily, and still we don't read it. We find it very hard to read also. Shame on us, actually, to be honest with you. Completely shame on us. We can't even read it. So much hard work. And they have to categorize, give references, see the reference, see the verse, and then do it. And it was so hard to type. And many times devotees did not know how to type. So I remember once they had this situation, and then one boy came, asked Krishna, Krishna, help. And one boy came walking on the door. He said, listen, I'm doing um, uh, my college graduation. In college graduation, I'm supposed to help out some organization. So I've come here to give some service to you. He said, what can you do? Can you type? He said, yeah, I can. I'm a best typist. He started to type, this young boy. And he typed it fast, Yeah, so many help Krishna has given. Prabhu to Prabhupada and to us. In so many ways, Krishna is supporting us, who is pure devotee and his associates. We have to take advantage of this. Please. Hare Krishna. Please excuse me if I say something wrong. Any questions anyone has or anything to say before we conclude today, please?
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Can you
Hare
hear me?
Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for sharing very nice nectarian points today. And I was just thinking of a couple of them, 2 or 3 points. So one thing was, when mentioned about how in at work there's so much experience of Krishna's help in just your day-to-day activities. But I just want to let everyone know that it's not for devotees. We're not asking for material things at all. And the secret behind that was that we were wanting to do a spiritual activity. So there is something that you want to do, and to be able to do your spiritual activities, you want to finish your material activities first, and that's where you get the help. So that's the how do I say, the secret. So your focus is on trying to achieve your spiritual activity, and because you want to go and do your spiritual activity, you want to finish your work first, and you that's where Krishna really, like, I had so many experiences where Krishna really helps you to finish the work faster rather than get stuck in it. That's your intention. So I thought that that's very important. And about the second point was about the meditation part, where where Prabhuji was, I remember mantra meditation, and people had to sit, and it was difficult. But believe me, it is actually very, very difficult for people to just sit for 5 minutes quietly, even by themselves. Many of us can, after coming into Krishna consciousness, or even, some of us can have the ability to sit by ourselves without having any association, just quietly, just contemplating. But it is a very, very difficult thing for so many people, genuinely very difficult thing. And people do share that. And so they go, for example, they say that we go to the gym because we pay money there. And so because we've paid the money, then we know we have to go. So they're forcing themselves, actually. Then they realize that they don't have that much discipline in their life that they can manage. So they do that. And so also for meditation, I've heard so many people say that it's such a difficult thing to just sit by yourself without any disturbance or influences like that. So I just thought, like, I'll share that point. And about the option of whether we want to go back to Godhead, or whether we want to just keep doing our devotional service and be where Krishna, where Krishna takes us, like wherever Krishna wants us to do, whatever can please Krishna. That is, I think, in itself a very, very, very deep topic that I was just thinking we should have a separate conversation about that maybe later on, because there's so much to share. I don't want to share now, but there's so much, I'm sure, for everyone to share as well. So yeah. But I do remember in one of the classes, Srila Gurudev saying this, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, that, giving the example of Prahlad Maharaj. There's a class on Prahlad Maharaj, and the same words that where Prahlad Maharaj says to Lord Nrsingadev that, I don't worry about me. I want to stay here, and until all the souls go back to you, I want to stay here. So after that, Srila Gurudev said, but that is for great devotees. We should aim still to go back to Godhead. And sometimes I feel personally that, yeah, it's probably higher consciousness where you want to stay and just follow the will of Krishna. But whether, assessing whether your capacity is there to do that or not. So yeah, just make the most of this opportunity that we have, that we've come into contact with Srila Prabhupada. We don't know again if we come to birth what will happen. So sometimes, yeah. So I just thought that's a very interesting topic and very deep topic to maybe have a very separate conversation about. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yeah, we can have a separate conversation, no doubt. If everybody wants to have a separate conversation on this, a discussion, I don't know, or a debate, or just we can keep it open if somebody wants to speak on this next week. What do you think? Just to develop this conversation, it's not that easy. Anyone else wants to say anything? Please feel free. So taking pill moment, red pill or blue pill. It does same thing. Actually, it was the same concept in that movie. It is based upon the same Vedic concept. Beautiful from Bhagavad Gita. They say the producers say it's an Eastern philosophy concept that they said, okay, you take this, then you will not live here. You'll live somewhere else. You come here. In this world is unreal. You stay with us in a real world, which wasn't difficult. It was not a spiritual world they're showing, but a real another world. Similar concept. Okay. All right. So we'll conclude today's discussion then. Thank you very much. Jai Shila Gurudev ki, Jai Shila Prabhupada ki, Jai Hare Krishna. Okay, wonderful. Now whose turn is it to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Navina ji, तुमचा टर्न आहे आज.
हाँ Prabhuji.
हो प्रभूजी.
हो Prabhuji.
हा हे बरोबर आहे. हो ठीक आहे. हा नाही हा इज मराठी. मराठीत म्हणतात. मराठी आणि गुजरातीमध्ये हा म्हणतात. हा हो मीन्स मराठी. बरोबर?
हाँ ठीक है
हो
Prabhuji.
बरोबर. ठीक आहे. ठीक है नाही ठीक आहे.
ठीक आहे.
हा. अच्छा चलो आता मस्तपणे सिंग करा ऍक्शन करून आणि आम्ही पण तुमच्या what do we call मराठी we'll follow you पाठीमागे लावू नाही पाठीमागे लावू is the wrong word for it आम्ही तुमच्याशी बरोबर नाही
तुमच्यासारखं
तुमच्या
करतो.
बरोबर नाही तुमच्या बरोबर नाही behind you is not बरोबर is with you
तुमसे
you
सारखं
you do it
करतो.
nicely and we'll follow you nicely तुमच्या पाठी लागणार बरोबर नाही दॅट इज नॉट मराठी
तुमच्या मागे प्रभू आहेत.
आम्ही तुमच्या पाठी बोलू मागे बोलू हा बरोबर मॅडम मराठी what does it say in Marathi we'll follow you nicely गुजराती में it said आप તમે करो हम तुम्हारी पाछળ करशો हिंदी में it says आप कीजिए हम आपके पीछे करेंगे what do you say in Marathi तुम्ही
तुमच्या
करा आम्ही
पाठी और तुमच्या नंतर
तुमच्या
तुमसे
नंतर आम्ही करू
मागं
तुमच्या
आम्ही
पाठी
बोलते.
तुमच्या पाठी करू नाही नाही बरोबर it's not grammatically
तुमच्या
not correct
तुमच्या नंतर आम्ही बोलू असं
तुमच्या
तुमच्या
मागून
नंतर आम्ही
आम्ही
बोलू
करू.
हो तेच बरोबर आहे नियर अबाउट सेम नियर अबाउट but not very perfect ओके so काय नाही बोला बोला मस्त पैकी करा ठीक आहे ना मस्त पैकी करा नाही ना माताजी ओके 1 2 3 सुरू करा
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
We are not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
So best use your time
So best use your time
when you're in your prime.
when you're in your prime.
And your whole life
And your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then there's nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone,
If your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
But if your character dies,
If your character died,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Only saintly behavior,
that's humanity thrive.
that's humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna
We must always remember Krishna
and never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here is the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely
So listen very closely
and make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live in world so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
And whatever's due today,
And whatever is due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
If your friends might be lazy
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things.
you think again,
You think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win in the end.
and you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we're given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. If you learn to live this way, we'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. Learn to live this way, to see Krishna every day.
And when the time is up, he'll take us up above. We sing and dance with him with our hearts full of love.
And when the time is up, he'll take us up above. Sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's names, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world ever becomes sane.
Now please ask this greatest question
Now please ask this greatest question
and find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna
Can only remember Krishna
if Krishna remembers you.
if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai.
Jai.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vista Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vista Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Govani Pisayane Nivishesh Shunvari Pashada Vistarane. It is called तुम्ही बोला आम्ही तुमच्या पाठीशी बोलू पाठीशी या नंतर बोलू पाठीशी बोलू बरोबर दैट इज करेक्ट हम आपके साथ बोलेंगे पीछे बोलेंगे आपके पीछे
Pati Magun Prabhuji.
हाँ पाठी
Not
मागे बोलो
Patishi. Yeah. Party.
पाठी
You
मागे
can
बोलो
party.
पाठी मागे पाठीशी
Patishi is
पाठी
not correct. No.
पाठीशी is not correct
Pathi Magun is correct. Prabhuji.
हाँ
Yeah,
पाठी
party
मागून बरोबर है पाठी मागे पाठी मागून पाठीशी ठीक है मैं
Patishi means Gujarati Marathi mixed language.
I have heard पाठीशी
Prabhuji, it's like
I have written पाठीशी पाठीशी बोलू
No, not in this context. Pathi Magun is correct.
हाँ.
पाठी मागून that's right पाठी मागून होता है I know
Patishi is
मागून is not
Prabhuji in like आप आगे बढ़ो हम तो आपके साथ है so
हाँ
तुम्ही
पाठीशी
पुढे
येतो
चला आम्ही पाठीशी आहे it's like that
पाठीशी आहे हो पाठीशी आहे बरोबर पाठी मागे बोलू हा पाठीशी आहे म्हणजे बरोबर मैं तुमच्या पाठीशी उभा आहे पाठीशी उभा आहे या मैं तुम्हारे पीछे खड़ा हूँ डोंट वरी तुम जाओ आगे निकल जाओ फिर मैं भाग जाऊंगा
हाँ, that's
don't worry I'm behind you yes I'm behind you think I'm behind you okay Hare Krishna wonderful thank you very much Krishna willing we'll see you next week same place same time till then chant Hare Krishna and be happy and don't cry or die if India fails India loses today okay it's not the end of the world all right so we chant Hare Krishna and be happy Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram